He saw the shadow before the whistle, just a flicker across the grass, like a warning from above. Then came the snap. Talon dove like a missile, claws slicing the air, and bam, clipboard gone. Ember was right behind, slamming a phone out of someone's hand like it owed her money. One guy screamed, clutching his bleeding palm. The other just froze, pale and dumbfounded. "You just shouldn't have messed with what's mine," Mateo said calmly, watching as Falcons circle back overhead. But to really understand how two fake HOA officers ended up on the wrong end of a Falcon strike, let's rewind a little. It was a Saturday morning in Pine Hollow. Mateo, a quiet guy who worked nights at a wildlife rehabilitation center, was enjoying his porch coffee while Talon and Ember, his two Falcons, rode the morning thermals above the treetops. That silence, that stillness, it was sacred. Years of training, bonding. Trust those birds weren't just pets, they were partners. Then came the click of the side gate. Mateo set his mug down without a word. Two men swaggered in like they owned the place. Bright vests, clipboards, fake authority dripping from their smirks. One tall and blonde, some looking like a smug politician's nephew. The other, short and ratty, with a mustache that twitched every time he smiled. "We're with the HOA," the blonde said, flashing a badge so fake it looked like a cereal box toy. "Got complaints about your structures. We'll need to inspect the property." Mateo blinked. "I'm not part of any HOA. Not what our records say." Mustache shrugged, already snapping photos of the house, the yard, even the Falcons. That's when Mateo's stomach turned. This wasn't official. This was a setup. And those photos illegal. Not to mention, his birds were protected under state wildlife law. He gave them a clear warning firm. Measured leave. Now. But they just laughed. And that's when Mustache said it. "Make us..." Now, Mateo was a patient man, but not a fool. He shifted his weight forward, whistled once, sharp and fast. Talon dropped like thunder. Ember followed close behind. What happened next? Let's just say, Clipboard Man won't be filing complaints anytime soon. Talon's claws shredded that clipboard into confetti right through Blondie's hand. Ember smacked the phone out of Mustache's grip with a wing to the arm that left him staggering. They screamed. They bled. And Mateo, he just watched. "Didn't you hear me the first time?" he said, stepping forward like a ghost with steel in his voice. Ember perched on the fence, eyes locked like a predator sizing up the weak. Talon circled above, his shadow long and deliberate across the lawn. "You're crazy," Mustache stammered, backing toward the gate. "No," Mateo said coldly. "I'm just protective of what's mine." They tried to run, yelling they'd sue, but it was too late. Mateo had already picked up the cracked phone, scrolling through the evidence: trespassing, unauthorized photography, impersonating officials. Oh, and recording without consent. Yeah, illegal. The cops arrived 20 minutes later, took one look at the scene: bruised trespassers, fake badges, and a pair of majestic Falcons flanking their handler, and didn't even hesitate. Cuffed them both, tossed them in the back seat. "You trained them yourself?" the officer asked, nodding at Talon, still gliding overhead. "Every day for 5 years." Mateo grinned, letting Ember land smoothly on his arm. Blondie tried one last threat, screeching from the patrol car. "You'll regret this, I doubt it." Mateo called back as the cruiser pulled away, then whispered to his birds. "Home. My rules." As they stood together watching the car disappear, the sun hit Ember's feathers just right, gleaming like gold, glowing with pride. But here's the thing. Some folks online said Mateo went too far, that birds aren't weapons, that he should have just called the cops. Others, they called him a hero, a protector, A modern-day falconer who reminded us all not to tread on what isn't yours. So what do you think? Was Mateo right to act the way he did, or did he take it too far? Drop your thoughts below, and if this story ruffled your feathers, hit like, share it with someone who needs a warning, and don't forget to subscribe for more real justice served. Falcon style.